the best rapper in the game. I came.
Today we're going to be doing a double feature of sorts where we're going to talk about two movies in one video. And the general theme of both movies is that they star some online internet content person that I've never actually heard of because I actually don't use the internet all that often. I believe his name is Jacob Paul, and I think I remember him appearing on Fox Business once. So I guess just based on that, I guess that means I should automatically like him then. So for our first movie, we're going to be talking about a film from 2016 called Dance Camp. The movie begins proclaiming it was made by YouTube themselves, clearly a mark of quality. Here, we see a dance studio with a bunch of older women dancing. Throw in an anti-drug message in Bella Thorne, and this could easily be a sequel to Perfect High.
Actually, Chris, there is a sequel to Perfect High.
Oh, Ariel, I wish you didn't tell me that. We finally see our main character, Hunter, who doesn't want to be there. You can tell this because he's busy on his cellular phone. Typical young people. He messages his friend, who tells him to send pictures of the women at the dance studio.
Way to start your movie on the right foot with likable main characters by making them creeps.
Hunter and his friend hatch a scheme to throw a party, or a partay, in the dance studio without Hunter's mother's permission.
Hey, Hunter. This party's rad.
First the out-of-touch lingo calling a party a partay, and now someone unironically calling something red. This is how you know some out-of-touch old people wrote this, knowing absolutely nothing about how young people speak or act.
Soon enough, this girl, Maya, forces Hunter into dancing with her, much to his resistance.
You allowed to have parties here?
I
dance.
I don't really dance. Dance is not my thing.
Oh, but Hunter, your mother owns a dance studio, and you're the main character in a dance film that has the word dance in the title. So of course you can dance. But alas, a fight breaks out for no real reason other than they needed Hunter to get in trouble with the law as the police arrive. I'm not entirely sure if they showed up because there was a noise complaint or because someone at the party called them in, but stuff like that doesn't really matter. We have to progress the story somehow. Hunter is in a lot of trouble, but that doesn't mean they can't lower our defenses by having a 5-minute routine with an incompetent judge who shuffles in late to his appointment, dressed in unprofessional attire. Truly comedy gold.
Disturbing the peace. Destruction of private property. Underage drinking. What do you got to say for yourself, son?
What? No charges for physical assault or disorderly conduct? You know, because an altercation or a fight broke out? Or, hold on, I guess that does fall under disturbing the peace. Don't get me wrong, most of those charges do make sense, but it feels like they're kind of moving past the fight itself. You know, the main reason why the police were called in the first place. Sigh, the more this movie goes on, the more it reminds me of a Tyler Perry movie. Which is to say that it's really good. Anyway, Hunter is assigned 100 hours of community service, and the mother is responsible for picking what his public service should be.
You know that old choreographer of mine? He runs a camp up north.
No. You can't make me do that. She can't make me do that, right?
Wow, the acting in this is just as good as Bella Thorne's acting was in Perfect High. You cannot convince me that this does not take place in the same Cinnamon Attic universe as that movie. So this will be Hunter's punishment, spending 100 hours at a dance camp run by a friend of his mother, Ivan. They head over there, and here we get to meet the other various groups at this camp, which are broken up into different names and dance styles.
And creepy enough, one of the teams is called the Yullis, who are described as the youngest group in the camp who specialize in inappropriate dances. Who is this movie made for?
By the way, calling your team the YOLOs in 2016, I've never heard that term before, so I will call that creative and original and totally not out of touch, much like myself. Soon enough, we see our main villain for the movie, the popular group of dancers led by a young blonde man called Lance.
Hashtag, who's ready for camp, huh?
Oh, you see? They're even putting hash brown at the beginning of all their sentences. It really is just like Perfect High. I really need to stop with these Perfect High comparisons. I'm starting to think I have a problem. Hunter proceeds into the camp, meeting a couple of the other key characters, including the totes not love interest, Cheyenne, and his bunkmate, Jeb.
Actually not here to dance.
Oh, I know. I can read it all over your face. You got a classic noob face. Face of a noob. Noob face. Face of a noob is what you've got.
Please clap. Speaking of 2016, remember Please Clap? Remember Pokemon Go to the Polls? Remember Obama Soda? The next day, Hunter begins his community service by cleaning. But he doesn't just clean like most people would, no, he cleans while dancing. This scene also lets the audience know that the dance scenes are going to be way too long, as this scene goes on for about a minute and a half. It may not seem that long, but believe me, if you've seen this movie, you'll know how excruciating these scenes are. Cheyenne, Jeb, and their respective teams meet together, brainstorming what their team name should be. Unable to decide on anything they can all agree on, Hunter suggests the name TBD, for to be determined. The next scene, Lance comes back into the story and harasses the TBD team, leading Hunter to stand up to him.
Cheyenne, yeah, she sent Jeb out here to play DDR to take you out.
Yeah, that's what I just said, bro. I just said that.
Okay, I see the problem. You don't understand what sarcasm is, do you?
I'm pretty sure I know what sarcasm is. Right, guys?
It cannot be said enough, but it is astounding how awful Jake Paul's acting is. Not just in this movie but in anything he appears in. Even in a role as fun as the typical rich kid bad guy, basically playing himself, he sucks.
What's up, YouTube? It's Lance. Just Lance. Kidding. But
What's this? A YouTube movie made by YouTube themselves, starring a YouTuber that actually name drops YouTube in their movie? What did you expect? Did you really expect them to have integrity and not do that? It's kind of like that recent War of the Worlds movie that went to Amazon that kept name dropping Amazon all throughout the thing. Anyway, they decide to get back at Lance by pranking him, throwing cans of body spray into the room where he's recording his video, and he ends up having an allergic reaction. This has some repercussions though, as Hunter gets in trouble. Not wanting to be in even more trouble, Ivan strikes a deal with Hunter, saying he won't have to do any more hours of community service if he joins one of the camp's dance teams. But it seems Cheyenne over at the TBD team needs some convincing to let him join.
What makes you think you can help us?
Oh.
Come on tonight. You've got some serious catching up to do.
Oh. Or not. That was rather easy, all things considered. Either way, come the day of the tryouts and Hunter fumbles like crazy. Not like it really matters because they do make it to round 2 anyway, but uh-oh, they better watch their backs as Lance's team makes it to round 2 as well. We then get a montage showing TBD rising through the ranks of the tryouts, making it to the semifinals. But this is only halfway through the movie, so you know something is going to go wrong. They are told they need to do a duet, and because they're the main characters and one's male and one's female, Hunter and Cheyenne agree to do the duet together, practicing in private and even sharing a kiss.
Even in the realms of hack writing, that was quick. This feels like romance through the eyes of a preteen. They have known each other for a few days. Didn't he seem to like each other that much, and now they re-sharing a kiss together?
They win the round and are now neck and neck with Lance's team. And just as quickly as they introduce this romance, Cheyenne breaks things off with Hunter. Ivan also tells Hunter he successfully spent 100 hours of community service, so he's free to leave whenever he pleases. So will Hunter leave, or will he stay to patch things up with Cheyenne and help them win the tournament? Let's be honest, I'm pretty sure a monkey could actually answer that question correctly.
Go ahead and meet our special guest judges.
Yeah, I don't know where I am and I don't know how I got here. If this is a prank, I don't like it because I'm usually the one that pranks people.
That's funny.
Oh god no. It was not bad enough we had Jake Paul, now we have Lola Ponce in the same movie.
Who? Am I supposed to know who this is? Because I don't know who this is.
Chris, for once, I envy your ignorance. All you need to know is she is an unfunny hack YouTube comedian.
Oh, okay. So Hunter's friends show up and convince him to leave the camp on the nights where they probably need him most, causing his team to be disqualified because they don't have all their members. Did Ivan inform them that Hunter probably wasn't going to be there? And for that matter, did he let them know about the disqualification rules, knowing that Hunter probably wasn't going to be there? Add to that, Cheyenne sees Hunter getting kissed by that Maya girl from earlier in the movie, causing her to misread the situation, and now she's upset with him, despite the fact that she broke up with him earlier. TBD is disqualified, and Lance's team wins. Hunter decides to stay and even challenges Lance to a rematch.
I would bet my entire life savings on this fight. This ain't Jake Paul in the ring, bitch.
We then get a scene where Hunter has to convince the TBD members to help him with the rematch, and it seems that it'll be especially tricky trying to convince Cheyenne. Though considering how easily swayed she was earlier, you knew that she was going to take him back immediately. So, the last 15 minutes of the movie basically meant nothing. Then why did we do any of this? All that stuff involving Maya, who was barely a character up until this point. Why did Cheyenne break up with Hunter in the first place if it was going to make her upset seeing him kissing another girl? And most importantly, why do I care about anything that's going on in this stupid movie? Come the night of the rematch, and I just noticed that Lance always puts on a mask when he dances. I thought this would possibly be a plot point for him being a cheater and that he always gets someone else to do the dances for him, but I think the simpler answer is they just couldn't be bothered to have an actor who could do the dances himself. Which makes perfect sense to cast him if he can't dance in a movie with the word dance in the title. TBD goes up against them, and of course they win. What a shocker. And so the movie ends with Hunter and Cheyenne sharing another kiss. Well, that was pretty terrible. So now let's move on to the next one, A Genie's Tale.
Oh my gosh, how did I get into this mess? I wasn't always a talking dog. I had a life, but now I'm dealing with a bunch of kids, my crazy genie brother, and the world's worst magician.
What? I dislike it already. After opening credits over some drone shots and company logos for companies that I am pretty sure are shell companies, we go under the Earth's surface where we see a buried genie's lamp, home to two genie brothers, Joe and Mo. One loves his current genie job, and the other is looking forward to genie retirement, only having 5 wishes left before he can finally give up genie life.
I don't have some sort of weird obsession with bow ties.
At least I didn't make the dinosaurs extinct.
At least I didn't create chores.
At least I didn't create broccoli.
Welp. That highlights this is definitely a kid's movie. As in made for 3-year-olds and nobody else.
We then cut to our 3 main child characters. Drew, an aspiring magician, his little brother Benji, who reminds his brother that his friend Lucas doesn't want anything to do with him because he's a terrible magician, and their older sister Emma, who films his epic fail magic acts and puts them into her Kring compilations. Well, I've only known these characters for about a minute, and I already don't like them. Outraged by this, Drew uses tape to draw a line between his and Benji's room, dividing them into 2. Meanwhile, in the genie's lamp, they do the exact same thing. After that, our main trio wonder where their mother could be, since she said she was going to the grocery store and has been gone for 3 hours. Drew even mentions that she's possibly seeing the father of his ex-friend Lucas, because apparently they're dating. So imagine it, your single mother is going out with the father of your friend who is no longer your friend. Because that's not awkward or anything.
How about I give you your present right now?
Our puppy! Oh my gosh, I'm happy! Wait, Mom, this is so unfair. Drew gets a dog for his birthday?
Shut up.
But the good news for Drew comes to an end once the mother mentions that Lucas and his father will be joining them for dinner tonight. They try to take their new dog for a walk, but this crotchety old neighbor woman yells at them. You know it's saying something when you'd rather be watching The Dog That Saved Christmas. At least that movie had some D-list celebrities in it. What does this movie have? YouTubers? Oh yeah, so impressive. We also get yet another character, as if this movie doesn't have enough of them already. This young woman they call Genie, who's been established to have dropped out of beauty school because she's not good enough to work on people's looks. But she suggests another potential career path for her, pet grooming.
Have you thought of a name for him yet?
No, something magical.
Of course you do.
What about just magic?
The Genies continue their bickering, leaving Mo to take off this medallion thing. Finally, their dog Magic winds up digging up the genie lamp, causing the medallion to shift over to Joe's side, with Mo proclaiming that he needs that thing to grant wishes. But before Joe can give it back, he fades away and is summoned by the children who rubbed the lamp.
So, Drew, what's the name of your puppy?
You should name him Wimpy.
Yeah, Wimpy. Hey, check this out.
Looks like a magic lamp.
Lucas then blames the dog for knocking over the cake, and even when the mom brings out the smashed cake to everyone at the table, they laugh about it and bump fists to it. Okay, why are all the characters in this so unlikable so far? Seriously, in a movie with seemingly unlimited characters at its disposal, could you at least make one of them a decent person? Later that evening, Drew sulks about his party being ruined, but the mom walks in with a single slice of cake just for him. Oh, that is just so hecking wholesome.
Wish.
I wish you were as big as Bruiser. Then they'd never be able to bully you.
And because Joe the Genie is possessing their dog now, because that's how that works, the wish comes true and the dog is much bigger when Drew wakes up the next morning.
Okay, well, never mind.
What do you want?
Hi, Emma.
Very funny. Is this part of your secret magic trick?
Not a trick. I am the puppy. Last night, since I'm a genie,
You're a genie?
You're a genie? Then prove it.
Your dog is bigger than it was the night before, and it's talking to you. What more proof do you need? But oh, he makes an empty suitcase materialize out of nothing, so I guess they're swayed into believing the dog is a genie. Surely that took a lot of convincing.
Guys, I left you breakfast on the table. Benji's already eaten. I'll be in the workout room streaming the vlog, so no interruptions.
Whoa now, I thought we established that this was a children's movie, and now all of a sudden we have an older woman wearing a rather revealing outfit like that? I am rather disgusted by this decision. I mean, come on, somebody think of the children. You know, all two of them that are watching this movie. Back with Lucas, his older brother Ryder, and that Oliver kid, they discuss what to do with the lamp, as it seems they've done everything in the book aside from rubbing it. You know, the thing you typically do with a magic lamp. Back with our heroes, I guess you can call them. They wish for a better breakfast. Benji walking in and seeing the magic unfold right before his own eyes. To keep him quiet, Emma gives him a chocolate egg. Meanwhile, these three head to a magic shop to get information on the magic lamp from an expert magician.
Wendell, the wondrous, at your service.
Wendell says that he'll take a look at the lamp and get back to them as soon as he finds out its capabilities. Back with these kids, Joe tells them the only way to exit the dog's body and return to the lamp is if they rubbed it. But oh no, they don't have the lamp anymore. Back with Wendell, he rubs the lamp, causing Mo to appear. Needing some convincing that genie magic is real, cause, you know, appearing out of the lamp wasn't enough, Mo gives him a new magician outfit. Drew and Emma return to the dog park to look for the lamp, but it seems the bullies are coming their way. Needing to hide the magic dog, he makes a baby stroller to hide in just appear out of thin air. And keep in mind, all of this is happening in the direct line of sight in the same direction that the bullies are approaching them from.
I do not even know why they need to hide the magic. It seems in this movie you can do actual magic right in front of anyone and they still would not be convinced.
Joe, as their magic dog, lets the two of them know that he smelled the lamp on Lucas, so now they know where the lamp is, but they still need to figure out how to get it back.
She gone yet?
Bye, guys.
While these children head to Lucas's house, Lucas and his posse get a call from Wendell in regards to the magic lamp. However, both parties cross paths, and it seems an all-out fight is about to ensue. But it seems Lucas just can't hit Drew since they were still friends once, long ago.
Baby! Ollie, you do it!
Huh? Hey! Don't touch my brother! Oh.
Joe then barks at Ryder, who begins running away, and the dog chases after him while riding on his skateboard to catch up. because it's not like dogs can run faster than people or anything. Oh, and Oliver just doesn't question the fact that their dog can talk. Yeah. They head to the magic shop where Mo realizes his brother has turned into a dog. The kids run away for some reason. It doesn't really matter. This leads to a chase scene all across town that goes on for about 2 minutes, before all of them run into this building. Joe tells the 4 of them about his squabble with his brother.
I'm no good at granting wishes anyway.
Well, that's just because you're in our dog. No opposable thumbs, right?
Yeah, but I've also been kind of a screw-up.
Oh, you can't just give up.
But you've seen it yourself. None of your wishes have worked out.
It's not about the wishes. It's about the magic.
They exit the building, and I'm not exaggerating, the next 5 minutes is an elongated chase scene yet again. Mo and Wendell lure Joe over with some cheese balls, and they successfully put Mo back into the lamp and kidnap the dog. Meanwhile, Lucas tells Ryder about the genie, and his brother grows mad with power. Trying to make things right with Drew, Lucas warns them about Ryder, Wendell, and Mo. So it seems they're friends again. Hooray! Ryder steals the lamp, which means Wendell is going to have to team up with the rest of the group and return Joe to them. Ryder unleashes Mo, and he's about to wish for a large sum of money, but Mo tells him that he already promised his last wish to grant to Wendell. Outraged by this, Ryder puts the lamp on Tenmu, or whatever knockoff eBay website this is supposed to be, and he's given an offer for $1 million. Possibly so they can film terrible internet videos at 3 a.m. with it. Once they learn what Ryder has done and that he's heading to make the deal at a local airport, our team hitch a ride from Genie. Yeah, remember her, that incredibly crucial character we've seen like once up until this point? Ryder is about to make the delivery with the person who ordered the lamp, this grown pilot man, and in that instance, Genie shows up pretending to be an aircraft inspector, giving our heroes enough time for the kids to thwart Ryder's plans and get the lamp back because he put it inside of a magic act disappearing box. So yay, their magic acts actually worked for once. After a convoluted fight breaks out between all of our characters, and I'm not kidding that this actually happens in the movie. This really happens. Oh!
Joe! Joe, get up. Joe, wake up. He's gone.
Well, this got dark really quickly.
Wait, Wendell. You still have one more wish. You can save Joe.
I wish Joe was okay.
The bow tie.
Oh, well, I guess that's nice of him. Although, hey, come to think of it, earlier in the movie, they said this.
Can't we just wish you out of our dog?
I wish. We can't grant wishes for ourselves.
So how is it that he's able to grant this wish now if it's related to wishing about another genie? You know what? I don't even care. The movie's only minutes away from being over. Let's just wrap this up. So the movie ends with Joe returning to Genie form, the Genie brothers make up for good, and they do that thing they do in some movies where they have text explain to the audience what happened to all the characters, you know, because they couldn't be bothered to show any of these conclusions in the main plot. So that was Dance Camp and A Genie's Tale. Who let both of these happen? Stepping out of character for a bit because, oh my god, I gotta talk about how awful these movies are. They're both pretty bad. They're both a slog to sit through. I mean, Dance Camp is tedious and cliche to the max. I mean, it's like they took every cliche from every camp movie and every dance movie and put them into one. But at the same time, Genie's Tale just felt so tedious to get through. It felt like it was longer than it actually was. Just the acting is terrible, the editing is surprisingly bad. I mean, even for low-budget, straight-to-streaming trash, the editing in Genie's Tale is so much worse than it is in Dance Camp. Dance Camp, as horrible as it is at least somewhat competently put together, because you can imagine YouTube were probably scrambling to show off how professional their quality of film and TV shows were for their YouTube Red program. But Genie's Tale is just like the pinnacle of, hey, we're making a kids movie, it has talking dogs and genies and other stupid crap, we don't have to try. This one looked even more like a crappy YouTube movie compared to the other one. I mean, the other one looked like something you'd see on, I don't know, Netflix or something. This looks like something that, like, one of those crappy family vlog channels threw together. It looks like, what's that Ryan's Toy Review movie or whatever? It looks like that. The acting is terrible, the writing is terrible in both movies. I mean, like I said, Dance Camp is just so cliche, and it does nothing new to try and at least stand out as its own thing. And Genie's Tale is just so like, hey, it's a kid's movie. Let's throw in references to, oh, chores being lame and not wanting to eat broccoli and stuff like that. It's like, okay, this is made for like literal 3-year-olds. I think if you tried showing this to a kid a little older than that, even they would be like, oh hell no, we're not watching this. Oh, and goes without saying, Jake Paul's a terrible actor. I mean, like, even taking my dislike of his content out of the equation, he's surprisingly bad at acting. I mean, even as the generic yuppie douche bad guy in Dance Camp, he's still surprisingly bad. And then even putting him in a terrible kids movie like Genie's Tale, even though he's not really like a main player or anything, he's in the movie prominently, and he's still just so bad at acting in that one too. And they were made years between each other, so you think that maybe he'd have a little more time to grow, but it's Jake Paul, what'd you expect? So tune in next month where we're gonna have to bunker things up, because next month is the Satan holiday with Halloween. You know I'm not looking forward to that, but until next time, may Jesus be with you.
What are you doing? I was just practicing something.